So you've been bitten by a werewolf. Yes, don't worry. I know there's so many questions going through your mind right now. Like, why can I smell every single thing all of a sudden? Like, honestly, my sense of smell was terrible until now. Why do I have a sudden yearning for raw meat? Why did I find myself biting into a plump, juicy, raw roast in the middle of the Walmart aisle? We can answer all of these questions, don't worry. I'm something of a specialist. Yeah, see, I'm surprised you came. Yeah, when most people get a mysterious note left on their doorstep, they usually think, that's pretty peculiar. I think I'll probably get my kidney stolen if I show up at that location written down, so I will not be showing up, but you came, which is debatable on your common sense. I kid. I'm sure you have many, many questions, and part of my job and my position is to answer those questions and to make sure that you're acclimated very well into the community. Yes, one of our biggest rules, really, one of our biggest benefits that we want you to get out of this is becoming acclimated into society again. Yes, we want you to be able to act like you're just a normal, everyday person, even though you keep yourself chained up in your basement some nights. People don't need to know that. So, let's begin. Let's see. So I've got this. Please don't be intimidated by how large this is. It's simply to get some of your information down. Yes, we have to deal with many people that come into our offices wanting help and needing advice on what to do now that they're newly turned and introduced to the supernatural community. So, we just try our best to reach out and help in however way we can. So don't think your case is strange. Anything you have to say can and will be confidential between us and the other people in the building. I do have to pass along all of your information just in order to keep track. Yes, the werewolf that we believe bit you, I think he hasn't been showing back up to these sessions. So honestly, really, it was just a matter of time before somebody else showed up, claiming to be bitten by a werewolf. Oh yes, all sorts. Yeah, lots of other werewolves that are in this town. Just in this county alone, yes. I'm surprised, honestly, it was just that one that bit you, I mean. So let me go ahead and get your information here. So your name is okay, and we already know where you live, so I have that down. Oh yes, we're very good at tracking any supernatural activities. Yes, you would be surprised by how many different people that we have here. This pen is dead, much like some of our other clients. Let me get a new one. So we have your name, and of course we know where you live. We've been over that. Oh, the person that dropped your letter off, did you see them at all? They just kind of knocked and ran away. Okay, good. He's getting better. He can't exactly be caught in sunlight, but there he goes, running around. People can see him. They're like, what is that strange dark spot? Just racing out into the open sunlight, crying about getting a sunburn, sizzling the skin. I say, hey, maybe you should drop the letters off at night. That could cut down on the amount of sun exposure you get. No, he has to go out at night. Okay, and before this, would you say you were a very large meat eater, medium, or vegetarian? Okay, interesting. Medium, rare. Okay. So, in the last week that you've been experiencing these changes come over you, would you say that your appetite and your desire for that raw meat has increased? Okay. Interesting. See, these are very important things that we need to record, just so we can kind of keep track of you as time progresses. I'm just gonna draw a quick sketch of you. Of what I think you probably look like when you transform during the full moon. And you can let me know if you think that this is accurate next time. I think... Well, we have people that... Oh, yes. Would you say that's a pretty accurate picture? Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, we got some great notes. And it'll just help us keep track of any changes that you go through. Okay. Oh, our services? Oh, like I said, we're more of like an individual group that really just wants to provide support for other supernatural creatures. Yes. Yeah, get amalgamated. Yes, it's sort of like reaching out as concerned parties, and then it kind of helps organize everybody a lot better. So you're not just like racing around, having all these questions, running into other supernatural creatures all of a sudden wondering what you're doing. You know, it just kind of helps people become more themselves in their, more accepting of themselves during this transformation. Oh, see what I did there? Transformation. And like I said, it's very important that we mostly remain undercover. We sort of had a slight hiccup a couple centuries ago with the local witch burnings, but since then we've been able to keep everybody under the radar, and so far no one suspected anything except for a few, like, I don't know, cryptid sightings or something. So most of the time though, with the way everything's set up with the internet and movies and stuff, it's really easy to falsify things. Yeah, just the other day we had a giant zombie horde go through and nobody even blinked because they went on the internet, and one of the people in our groups had already made like this news article saying that it was a publicity stunt for a zombie movie, and everyone believed it. I mean, what's the alternative? Acknowledging that you actually saw zombies just creeping down your road at night? Well, then all your sense of safety would just disappear. So of course people are more willing to believe what the internet tells them. So we're able to keep things under the radar very well now. Thank goodness for the age of the internet, am I right? Now me, oh, am I a supernatural creature? Of course not. Now I want you to sit down, relax, get very comfortable, because what we're going to do today is really just go over some basic things, but I really want you to be in a safe, comfortable space for this. Don't mind the sword in the background. That's only for extreme measures that need to be taken. Don't worry, it's nothing to be afraid of. You can definitely get very relaxed here and just kind of sink into a meditative state if you must. If you fall asleep during this, that is totally fine. It kind of helps work with your subconscious as well if you do, so I will not be offended at all if you do fall asleep, so it's okay. I'm not gonna bite your head off or anything. Okay, and sometimes it helps others get kind of used to the idea of other supernatural creatures if I just give them a little tour of different things. Don't worry, your case is honestly not the strangest one out there. I mean, look at this. This was made by our most recent client. She is just a skilled witch. She's always leaving me these all the time. She's so sweet. I'm pretty sure it's for protection. Oh, and not, in fact, a hex bag. This is a tooth from a minotaur. Right? I know, don't worry. The minotaur is intact and great. I was just wandering about over in Greece. Ran into quite a maze of hedges. Found the minotaur. There's his tooth. He's totally fine, don't worry, but minotaur tooth. This guy right here was in fact a werecat. How can I tell? Well, I mean, you obviously can't tell right now because it's deceased, but in fact, in its time, it was a very fierce and ferocious werecat. So, pretty in tune with what you're dealing with now with your werewolfism. There's a lot of different things that transform. So, werewolf is just one of the small things that happen during the full moon. There is a different array of supernatural creatures that also come out at night like that, so you are not alone. Here's Genie. Oh, sorry about that. He really hates it when I shake it around, but genuine Genie in a lamp. I have tried many times. He does not like me, will not come out. But one day I came out and saw him in my office eating a sandwich, so I know he's in there. He just chooses not to come out. I could go on, but I will spare you the museum of interesting objects we have here of different supernatural entities. You'll see them for real, the non-deceased kind. They will show up eventually. Hen, are you going to join the lesson, or are you going to just creep around in the shadows? Oh, this? Oh no, that's not a werecat. This is just a regular cat, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little personal right now. You were bitten, correct? About last week, I believe our sources say. Okay, yes, that could be quite serious. And where were you bitten? Can I see your bite? Oh dear, that still looks rather infected. Don't worry, after your second transformation, it should be gone. However, if you still see signs of inflammation and healing has not occurred, please let us know and we can get that taken care of for you. Yes, normally you would heal things rather fast. Now that you are a werewolf, you have very quick healing, like that. Paper cut, gone before it even happens. Broken bones, couple hours, I think. Depends on the severity of the bone. However, since you are actually scratched by another werewolf, they seem to stick around a little bit longer. You might, in fact, also get a scar. So we can get some healing witches or mages over here to take a look at that if it is not going away. And you are concerned about scarring. I mean, in that area where it's at, that's pretty badass, honestly. So if I was you, I would totally keep it. I mean, but I understand if you would rather stay under the radar, but don't worry, I think it should heal up on its own pretty well. And you went through your first transformation, I think just yesterday. How do you feel? Yeah, no, I think you went through it rather well. You have appeared back into your human form quite well. No enlonged canines. I don't see any sprouts of body hair left over anywhere. But as those symptoms of becoming a werewolf go away in the morning, you do get the enhanced hearing, smell, and eyesight. So it's a pretty win-win situation, other than the fact that you might accidentally kill somebody one day. But we'll just glance over that for right now. Of course, we're gonna have some homework for you to take home tonight after today's session. This is a wonderful book. Very educational. I like to keep it on hand just in case. We hand out multiple copies. It just has everything that you need in order to really kind of navigate through this new lifestyle. Let's see. See, exactly what we're going to be talking about is saying hello to the brand new you. It it really just kind of opens the door to some things that you might not quite understand. So it kind of goes over the basics of werewolfism, lycanthropy. There's some people that actually are born werewolves. Oh, bless you. Sorry, that's the ghost that lives in the office. But right now, we're gonna go ahead and skip to the chapter of bondage. If you don't want to do like the freestyle and just let yourself roam and hope for the best, a lot of werewolves find that it's particularly helpful if they kind of lock themselves up in their basement. Honestly, that seems to help a lot, but you have to be very careful because the way you put on shackles and things like that really it's very important to know what you're doing because your body changes whenever you transform, so the position in which you put things need to be carefully thought out so you don't accidentally injure yourself. We don't want that. So before we really get into the thick of things, you're probably gonna have to go shopping and buy yourself some handcuffs. Oh, you already have some at home, even before you were a werewolf. Well, at least they'll come in extra handy now. So as you can see, there are right ways and wrong ways in which to chain yourself up. Right now we have, oh dear, very educational. Wrong, wrong, right. You're gonna have to have the crisscross effect to really get you chained in there correctly. You don't want any choking happening. You don't want to accidentally chew off your hand, because we have to remember, when you're a werewolf, you start to adapt to other animal traits, and when a wild animal is caught in a trap, it might chew off its own hand. So we don't want that to happen. So we have to avoid this. This might be the safest route. However, of course, there are different pens to put you in. If you want to reach out through our society, we do have some acreage of land that's it's pretty decent, as long as we can only have one at a time, because werewolves become very aggressive towards each other, so and territorial, so we don't want to start anything. So if you want to book that in advance by next month, I could do that for you, and then you don't have to worry about any chains or anything. We can normally just let you free, and we have some people that are standing guard at the gates to make sure you stay in. So becoming part of our society is very, very useful. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you have this book so that you can go over some things yourself and see what you like, and I hope it'll be very helpful to you. So here you go. The next thing we're gonna do is I'm going to kind of get you more relaxed. We're gonna do some words of affirmation. Yeah, because something I found with a lot of my clients when they're going through new transformations, that they just don't feel very safe, you know? And it's hard to kind of feel that self-love when you're going through so many different transformations. So I'll just go ahead and get started with the affirmations, okay? So I hope you're very comfortable. I'm just gonna make sure you are seated well and adjusted. Perfect, 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 perfect. Okay. You are amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. You are the best werewolf in the entire world. The entire world. The entire world. It doesn't matter how many carbs you have to eat now. It's okay to eat carbs. Your body is going through lots of changes, did you do